February 6th, 2025, in Boston, Massachusetts, walked away as the victors. Parker, you and I casted these maps. Of course, this is Fluxo's map pick too, and they are in the site already, Parker, for a rush.
This is a quick one. Dota is looking to strike first, and he'll overwhelm Fultz, surprising him. Newers shutting him down as Loban trades him out immediately. Full control for Archives at the moment for this Fluxo W7M team. As maybe a bit of a brief pause. Loban goes in, they get in, they send the boogie in, they immediately back out. Volps shredding through J90, Benja taking some damage as well, and now a Logic Bomb will come in, adding some insult to injury. Ashen to stand the test against this Fluxo W7M squad, but Palu will shut him down, and an early round
for Loban as he entered in through the front door and still seems hungry to find him. Avoids it for now.
There's early action. It's Ashen taking down Dota's. Loban trades him right back again. Loban now with a kill per round.
Deathmark comes out onto Benjamaster, trying to clear out that Thorn player. These two have been tussling since the start, but here comes Dots, finds Benja outside. Distract.
Persistent gadgetry, though, from both the Denari and the Thorn, so not the end of the world that they're out of action. Obviously, you will hurt from their guns. Volp's upset about that one. You saw him shake his head as he gets punished by Volps. Now it's J90 hugging that bomb chassis. Newer's inside a bathroom, so both of them in either bomb site, but they'll be doubled up on. J90 making numbers a little bit easier as down goes Palu. Loban will join in the afterlife, and now the Warden with smart glasses on. J90 will be able to quarterback whatever distress comes his way. Great hold here from Space Station. I mean, Fultz is talking in chat again.
Parker, I think they've realized Loban has gotten deep and he's realized there's nobody really in sight. They've called the blitz to come all the way around to the window. He's now backing off and there is fighting elsewhere.
Dota's with the leadoff pick, but it's traded by Ashen, so first blood not really going to matter much. The operators that died, of course, will matter. Newer's going down was not ideal. Volps will die shortly thereafter, but it's a nice refrag from Loban onto Fultz, who has an opportunity for a second, taking damage from that goo mine. He's got Ashen and Benjamaster. Now, as Ashen dies, the shield was coming in, so now it's Benja to clutch out. Still without a kill for the Dane. He has 3 opportunities to change that. His position given away by a Logic Bomb. He will aggress over to the Dokkaebi and manage to get him, but Dots has the trade. It wasn't even a security close to fluent. I can't speak for the other 3 because
Loban is very fluent.
I haven't exactly had a ton of experience with those players. Obviously, everybody speaks English on the side of SSG, but I mean, bot's also just a funny word. It hurts to be called a bot.
Fair enough. Well, there's Loban taking down Benja for another big kill.
That is tremendous. If your average kill per round is over 1, you're in good shape. Loban's elbow gives him away, and sure enough, if you hit somebody's elbow with a slug shotgun multiple times, they will. Space Station, Fluxo's in great shape.
And nobody on site for the defenders, so Fluxo could try to start making their way towards the bomb site. They're really worried about security, and as they clear through it, they catch Ashen in his attempt to get back inside a fountain. Couldn't get there in time, so now it's a 2-man lead as they're looking towards the site. 40
attempts that. Takes a bit of damage in the process. Fultz still searching for his first kill. Benja on the bench. He's killless too. Fultz will break that goose egg. Great target prioritization from J90, and he'll have to do it all by himself. The Blackbeard running in. He gets away. Playing this so well. Dots holds the defuse kit. That is the greater issue. J90 shown for but a second. Palu gets the job done with the sidearm out. Surpassing look on by. Nobody's given him anything yet. He might get a peek at Dots here in this position. Nitro Cell goes out, and it lands right on top of Loban.
Make it very awkward to try to sneak a plant.
I don't think they know what to do with that shield. They're starting to stall out a little bit, and the TCSG is not exactly the gun you want to deal with a shield at, because if you miss your first 2 shots, it's tough to hit, but when he exposes his back to you, you can get him, and that's exactly what Benja does. Newers and Benja adding to the tally for Space Station in this round. A great flank from Volps, as Newers wasn't prepared for that. He himself holding position over top of lobby. Dota's slaughtering Ashen, and the lead that SSG has, it remains. But it has gotten a lot more winnable for Fluxo W7M. Volps and Dotas, neither holding the defuse kit. They know that on the side of Space Station. They've coalesced around this, and they likely have a line of sight. Volps hoping to pick up that defuse kit. Fultz watching it quite intently. Dota is in the site, but with nothing to show for it. An impactless kill onto J90 and a big round from the Dane as he here. You have to say, they just got simply beat. We saw a quick pace back in round number 1. Round number 6 looks like it's shaping up to be the same. The blitz clearing from above, but Hey, Fultz and Ashen get 2 kills. Fultz on the ground. Army crawling his way over towards the door. Newer's in on the action as well. Separate players from Space Station, all credited with these kills. Fultz goes down at the hand of Loban as it has gone by. Time elapsing.
Oh no. He's dead.
Benja playing keep away prop hunt. He was a vending machine, Jesse. And there's no way of knowing where he was. I mean, hey, now your hopes all rest on Loban, whose position upstairs in security, revealed by that black eye cam, thrown out by Newers 2 minutes ago. Loban drops, and Benja has a terrific final 2 rounds of the first half.
Round 6 set him up to do just that. But Fluxo W7M can be an emotional team at times, Parker, and we really need to see them be able to lock. It's not an unfamiliar comp for Space Station if they did their homework.
We'll hear that Reaper MK2, a gun that has been given to a number of new ops. And it makes Pulse a lot more viable as he'll be running that shotgun. Newers gets kill number 1. The Blackbeard is on its way. Nitro cell tossed out, but it will not blow up. And now there's another swing on the window as Palu desperately attempting to keep his team close. He's the only kill so far. Space Station doing great work, but hold on a second. Dodez is also on the board. That lead is almost completely gone and now is fully gone before Benja rips it right back. Dodez with TCSG in hand. Last man standing. Space Station looking for the lead. Oh, there's so much damage being done, Jesse. Here's Dodez living on borrowed time. Space Station has yet to lead on border. They just need one more kill. Benja dies at the hands of Dodez. Newer's low HP as well, and they will have to wait a little while longer. What a clutch.
He's going against a Warden, Parker.
He falls back as Palu takes some damage and doesn't see J90 all the way inside of Archives. Dodez fighting for his life. Not much he can do. Loban with the only kill so far. Dots on the board now with a Nitro cell. Back to even numbers we go. J90 will now watch for the remaining players. Volp shut down, trying to get back to the site. Great job by J90. It's him and Ashton. Jack killing everybody in the server. Dots last man standing. Ashen and J90 searching for this kill. Ashen will get the job done. Huge play, great roam clear by.
I don't think anything is too risky. 3 toxic babes in pocket and hunting for a guy inside of customs.
Certainly not Rixie, that's for sure.
Bit of a mistake.
Bit of a mistake. Volps dies to Benjamaster and out the sledge goes. Walk in, get kill, leave. Don't bother. Loban will now do battle with 2, maybe even 3 players of Space Station as he beheads Benja down in Passport. Ashen will topple him and then a drop on down. As Fultz has now walked that Blitz Shield in to get the plant at the halfway mark. Newers box out Dodez. Nitro Cell will go. A good cross. Who is it? It's J90 watching from afar. Palu will search to break double digits. He'll have to do so if he wants to win this round. He's all by himself. You can start singing the song. Ashen also looking to break double digits. But there's 3 players on the side of Space Station who can easily find the last Brazilian still alive. Toying with him, flashing him, knocking him over, and Fultz will do it. Yet again, Jesse, it's the Blitz. Ashen that confident on? It is within the realm of possibility that an SSG victory on border leads to a 2-0 for the North Americans.
It's a great pin from J90, and Benja will capitalize on it. He takes down Loban for the opening. Fluxo W7M not playing in the same region, but they're still ready for most of their tricks.
Benja has just been on an absolute heater. He was 0-4. He's 10-3 since that double as Kaid, and he almost gets an 11th. Palu's able to get out of there with his live still intact, and he's shot at from multiple angles. This is why I kind of wish I spoke Portuguese, because I would have loved to know what Norris was saying, because clearly it is not working. Or Space Station got their own timeout as well, right? They get to talk to the team, and that's a bit of a saving grace. Benja finds a 3rd. Down goes Newers, the only casualty for Space Station. At this point, Benja could have had a 4th. Volps will evade him for now. Fultz taking some serious damage, but he manages to get the diffuser down. A sweep now over from Benjamaster as there's the Blackbeard drawing his attention. Volps under fire from Benja. The Blackbeard keeping his attention. You have to worry about what Ashen can do. He takes matters into his own hands. Fultz with a kill, and Space Station. W7M, and it's really hurting them.
Here comes the rush. Smokes in through the vents window, hoping to jump in quickly, although it's a bit of a bait. Now Fultz is in.
Palu has the smart goggles. There we go, finally using them. Is it too little too late? He's completely bottling it. He's been deactivated by the Thatcher EMPs. A brilliant counter by Space Station. Dot's the first one to fall, and Fluxo W7M now rest on the remaining 4.
J9O, really good Thatcher play. He stops the Nitro Cell and stops the Warden up above as well. He's done everything to help get SSG the round win.
And they are pulverizing them now with the timer continuing to run away. Down they go, almost a team ace to finish this map. Space
got away with a victory even if it took 14 rounds to complete the map. And already we are getting into it, even in the op ban phase. The chatter does
6 just yesterday, but a much better map statistically for this SSG team, and they are already off to the races. No, they've lost Newer, so we are back to a tie game. Even the Observer is struggling to figure things out. 3v3, Palu and Dodez so far with the 2 kills. Dodez gets shredded by Benja. See, he hasn't cooled off at all. Fultz is also in on the board, and it's Loban, the superstar from the first half of Border, left to clutch out a 1v3. He has picked up the defuse kit and will now need to gingerly walk it over towards the bomb site. His position given away as he now throws out a track stinger caught by the magnet of the deceased Wamai. Loban is waiting for Benjamaster to get a little bit restless, but Danish people are pretty patient, Jesse. Benjamaster showing exactly how patient he can be. Americans, not quite so patient. And there's Ashen to swing and then immediately. It seemed like a foregone conclusion at the start of the day that BNK FearX would be the team to go home in Group A. It's still possible. M81 map 2, so now map 3 between them. A great start here for Space Station now is let's turn our attention as Fluxo W7M works their way in, and they've all been collapsed upon. 4 kills from Space Station with nary a point of damage.
Where they want to enter the building, give off a hint of where they might be trying to play around. SSG swarm around that location, and they start to shut down the initial entry. It's a good shot by Dots to start things off. Full vert for SSG, so...
Oh my goodness. At least the chat is entertaining as this round is just Dots shooting as many of his bullets as possible. I mean, they're going to keep giving him kills. Why not? J9O gets the very final.
There's no place to play on the mid floor.
And this is going to be a coin flip late in this round. Every single step that this Fluxo W7M team has taken has been designed to narrow those numbers down so the execute gets a little bit easier. Volp's on the board first. Fultz answers back. The Blackbeard will drop on in. Hatch control still there for this Fluxo team. Now SSG will find themselves with their backs against the wall. J9O slaughtered. Fluxo doubling up on Space Station. Ashen and Newers need to hold this one together, and they will not get the job done. A Herculean effort from Loban.
Interesting. I mean, they don't have any more hard breach, so they can't reverse that decision now.
And I don't know if this was the right call. Fultz takes down Palu. That's kill number 1. No trade in response. Dot's taking some damage as he continues to charge forward. Dodez gunned down. J9O is off the board. Volps will find Fultz. So at least the guns are working well, but the trade's favoring Space Station with very limited time remaining. Fluxo W7M at a bomb site that they have yet to encounter here. Multiple bomb sites will open up at the tail end of this round, so Space Station will have an opportunity to go somewhere else, and they will just continue to beat them. That was not the reaction you want from Dots. Volp's walking in, and he trades it perfectly. Newers gets this. It is indeed quite an angle. Both nades go down. Both miss. So Benja is now retrievable. They will have to go get him. Out comes the secondary pistol. Loban finishing off his kill. Now it's J9O on the board. Loban dies to Jack, who's hit the flank upstairs. Secondary shotgun out. There's another flank coming in as well. J9O has the attention over towards Piano. Newers dies, but Jack finds a third, a fourth now. Only Dots remains on the side of Fluxo, and J9O is in such a good position. Dots will get off of the position himself. Now over towards the 2 sites as he's walked down white stairs. SSG again showing great patience, good restraint. Dots with the swing on over, losing most of his HP. Down goes Ashen, and tucked into the corner, he will attempt the plant. J9O still holds this position from above. Fultz and him will have to make some magic happen. They need to waste time too. 20 seconds left. They can win this off of the clock, but Fultz will deny J9O the ace. He doesn't care. The goal is to win the round.
Starting to make some space with this sledge, works his way into pillar, and while all eyes are on the Ying, he could find something.
That's a good entry from Loban, so there you go. He's managed to turn that one around. The timeout seemingly paying off as Loban finds a second kill. Maybe he just needed a bit of a pep talk. Dodez was looking for yet another kill as Newers and Ashen are on the run. Ashen has emerged. You heard his secondary gun doing some damage. Newers swings, and you know that both Ashen and Newers can do some work if given the opportunity. Dots getting diffuser down. Palu there to cut the cross. Newers in no man's land. The objective surrendered by Space Station, and Newers has a daunting task ahead of him. Get to the bomb site, shut him down. The Palu flattens 2 players, and that is
mountain that they otherwise would have had to climb. And it was a great rush to watch from the top fireplace in through the window and then working through train as well. Those were the with everybody on that bottom floor. There is a little bit of aggression. Dodez in red in reading, and he does find the opening pick onto Benja, so the aggression does pay off. It's not a roam on the top floor per se, Parker, but this small extension into the mid floor, playing with the nitro, hearing somebody over towards pillar door, has gained them a kill.
Cafe is the second most defender-sided map, only after Fortress. So, I mean, there's something that's got to be said to this, right? So SSG will go on the harder side based on the numbers.
That they will, and of course, that is the Loban player getting caught out there from Fluxo W7M and Dots as well. These are the roamers, and we talk about people don't really do this too much. Sometimes it's because getting back to site is so difficult with that hatch still reinforced, but they find one back. Volps.
We casted earlier today. You know how quickly action can break out here.
Wow.
Dodez gets caught looking the other way. It's a double kill for J90 and a fire hose of bullets from Volps as he'll now make his way down to Paul.
First set of X-Kairos not able to clear the claw. You don't have enough X-Kairos to also blow up the claw and the hatch, so that's not possible.
And an immediate jump in. Volps is ready for it, even if he was blinded. Volps likely frustrated with that one. Ashen has found himself in the site, and that's diffuser surrendered. So now Fluxo W7M can play a bit more passively. J90 and Ashen to work together in the final 10 seconds, but a good lockout so far from Fluxo W7M. Looking to tighten this one up. J90 gets one more. He's got the defuse kit, but he is as slow as anyone stuck in molasses. And he's a step away, but to deal with. And right now, the fraggers on Fluxo have not been able to stack up very well.
Wow.
Loban dying to J90 is not what you want when I said what.
Everybody on the piano windows gets that free kill. Really ingenious from SSG.
And Fultz is just face-checking everything. I guess on a blitz you can do that. Volps is punished by White Stairs. Again, his reaction is everything you need to see. Space Station surprising Fluxo with the way that they are entering. Fultz was caught in a crossfire. Dodez pops up, and my goodness, that DMR is so strong. Palu is in as well, and suddenly Space Station's advantage has evaporated.
Just a rat spot, Parker. The small things again. It's a triple kill for Dodez as he puts himself in the best spot possible. Traded out, and Benja has loads of time to try to make this one.
If need be. Benja just needs to choose which player he wants to fight first. Dots is to his right, and Benja's not going to know this. A nice easy swing for Dots. It got scary for maybe.
I believe it was the Whitehall window where Benja did go down, so this is going to be an early lead without that sledge. Even if they get the full top floor control, that verticality is not going to be as good. Punished for his crimes, Volps goes down, and Loban joins him as Ashen's able to walk outside and still find that pick. J90 for another.
Is everybody dying? What is going on? Oh, no. Dodez almost completely botched that one. He can make his way back to the site. 9 kills for Dodez.
They're going to really give the game away, aren't they, Parker? These shots will be heard by SSG if they're anywhere near. Newers is. J90's got a third, and Dodez has it all to do.
I mean, there wasn't really where to go up there, right? Who are you going to meet up with? Newers, the final kill, and a nice bounce back.
Well, there's footholds on the prep wall, Parker, and I think it was being held by Palu, so the Capital Bolt's a better option. They use it now, and it almost kills Loban. Finally, they get the job done after 100 seconds.
I know this might seem not Fluxo W7M. Volps will now start to fire away as he's still in a very strong position. Down goes Fultz to Palu. J90 dies to Dots. The clock will be the biggest adversary as Loban might have just won them the round from this position. Ashen with 1 kill. Desperation setting in for SSG as he continues to assert himself. Looking for an opening. Diffuser goes down, but not in the way you'd expect. Benja stands against 3 players as it looks to be a tie game, and the clock will give it that. 4 players survive. Space Station running out. Logic bombs going off. Waiting on the last one to generate. Benja using his utility so well. A nice shot from Palu, almost dying. Benja going down means no.
Placed. The Nitro also doesn't land, even with the pulse down below, doesn't find that kill.
What is going on? All of these SSG players just running headfirst into Fluxo. They are demolishing the North American step by step. Newers and Ashen last 2 alive, but Newers is making something work. He's found 2 kills relatively quickly. You got a good read on where the Azami of Volps is as well, and Newers is looking to follow up on that. He's missed an opportunity over towards Lumber and will now drop down towards Pillar. As you can see, all 3 of the Fluxo silhouettes in that spot. Ashen taking out Palu, but Newers was in on the action as well. Reading is the focus.
So doable, Parker. Even with information from Dots, he can't really pull out the scanner at this point. 2v2. They've got site control. Information there for the defenders too, and it's Volps to open.
He's trying to get the plant down, but there's a bulletproof camera staring right at them. I don't know if they've shattered it or not, but a nice read by Fluxo. Where is true. Fluxo opted to go to the harder side first.
They did.
That is, I don't want to say abnormal, but it doesn't happen all that often. Dots goes for the run out.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness, what the hell just happened? Excuse me? 1 minute left for Space Station to get into this site. Diffuser in hands for J90. Palu is a read over towards Cigar. He'll do some serious damage. Ashen will get the job done, and we will go to OT between these teams. Gone. That's explosives, long-range explosives gone. That's the disruption and the intel that comes gone. And they'll lose the IQ of Loban as Fultz is playing inside a Cigar. How do you not drone that?
I mean, Parker, it just...
On the line is second place in this group. Secret's triumphant run through the group stages has netted them first. They don't play today. They don't need to. They can watch all the rest of these games from the comfort of their cozy hotel rooms. Another body will fall for Fluxo W7M, leaving a 2v5 for the Brazilians. They put on quite the clinic to bring this one back and then ultimately take the lead, but they've fallen a bit short now and allowed this SSG team to level up. Newers deciding to go for an ego peek onto Palu when you don't really need to with a minute left. And then immediately Newers, you don't really fool with anybody when you talk in the chat shortly thereafter. Fultz gets gunned down by Dots. You need good patience here because this is still winnable. Dots and Palu can absolutely seal the deal. SSG needs to refrain from over-peaking for the next 45 seconds, and this should be a surefire round win. Dots has made this even, though. This is just a lack of proper discipline from Space Station, and now it's Fluxo W7M taking the lead. Defenders have such an advantage, and SSG have dropped that. Ashen will need to clutch. He does a serious amount of damage to Dots. Palu is not too far away. They're inside the bomb site. Gezzly with the defuse kit. Fluxo can play this so well. They just need one player to watch the cross, and Palu will get the job done. SSG throw the round in the...
Parker, this time, though, he's a bit more aggressive, and he gets hard punished.
They still got a read on this Goyo. It'll be ACOG versus ACOG. Dodes wins the engagement. He takes some damage in the process, or you will lose the plot. See Azami Palu watching this angle now. He's going to get ever closer. Do they know? Yes, they do. A good read by Space Station. They're trying to lock out VIP as the diffuser has walked on in. Ashen falls. Nitro Cell goes out. It downs J90, and it gives Dots an opportunity to walk right in. Fultz caught with his pants down. Newers now in a 1v3, and Dodes sends us to map 3. Fluxo W7M stick the landing in OT.
Invitational, one of the highest cost values that we have for any player here at SI, and now have turned around, but they can bounce back once again. The type of player who can always be trusted to make some things. Ashen will use his glasses now as the flash comes out, but misses his shots. The nade he can't see through, still punished by Volps. A great two-man lead as they finally get their way through the vending hall.
Palu looking for his own first. Far removed from some of the defenders. They are just out of arm's reach, though. Diffuser going down, flames spreading. Dots has to bail off of that position. Palu dies. Fultz still holding this position, but tracked by the Deimos now down below. And that's Loban trying to distract Fultz as long as he can. Benja to the rescue. Down goes Dodes. Volps trades it out, and Loban finally secures his kill.
Top dogs. Ashen's been eating his drones for breakfast as he was collecting them on yellow stairs. The Nitro barely gets Loban. It was aiming for Dots, but in the end, you'll take the other shield in.
Ashen has to worry about multiple angles. He's not really retrievable at this current point in time. The Monty will now encroach upon these defenders. What remains will be sent out. Fultz claims Ashen, but that's fine. He gets dots as well. And now Fultz can assume this position over by Yellow. Palu is there. Where are you to type in chat Newers? Fultz goes down, and oh my goodness, very quickly, Space Station Enterprise matchup is soon to come. FaZe versus G2 and Shopify Rebellion versus Black Dragons will be a fascinating set of matches to watch, and I am very eager to see them when we are done casting here. But we got to get through this one first. SSG having a much more successful roam this time around as they've gunned down Dots and Loban. Volps will join. Where is everybody dying, Jesse?
Yeah, across the map, there have been some calamities, Parker. It starts with a pick onto the Blackbeard, which is never a good sign. Ashen's able to get that one. It was a bit of a run out, if I'm not mistaken. He was kind of playing over on the balcony on the top floor, so he gets that opening pick, and just little aggressive moves from SSG. It's important for Space Station to lock down these easy rounds again with their mishaps on Cafe. This vending hall should be impossible though. Parker, and there's J9O.
Go out this one doing a tiny bit more, knocking the shield over. They've got their attention, that's for certain, Jesse. They'll finally just swamp them. J9O with 1 kill, an absolute storm inside of this site, going back and forth and back and forth. What even is there to say? There goes half of the server, 2/3 of the server. Volps getting Ashen down. It's Newers and Volps now in a 1v1. 4 kills in the hands of Volps. Newers with 3 kills. Playing that tight angle against a reinforcement with the super shorty. You're testing your luck on that one, Jesse.
This is so awkward. I mean, it favors the defenders for sure, but if this plant finishes, everything switches.
Oh, Newers gets baited out so effectively by Volps.
Dots is here on the Monty. They were really deep before SSG realized what was going on. They had faults on the pulse, but he wasn't able to spot that out. The Nitro doesn't get maneuvered around. Dots incorrectly positions the shield, and J9O gets the frag.
J9O actually waited to detonate it for a second. Wow. And I think Dots was expecting it to be an immediate detonation. And if that was a deliberate play by
Opportunity, damage onto the arm of Newers, but not the head, so he stays alive.
Palu playing exceptionally passive, as we often know he will. Down goes Dodes, so Palu will need to clutch out. He won't get the job done. Fultz finishes him from above, but that was based on before this matchup began. SSG have not played anywhere near as many maps. Oh my goodness. Volps dropping about 18 nades on Fultz's head. I didn't know they could carry.
Looking too promising. Now it's an opening. Now Palu can take it and try to find some frags.
He's got the Supernova as a Hibana. That's a bit odd. Volps is denying his teammates from getting 100 because he's going to kill everybody this round. Goodbye to Benjamaster. 3 remain. Palu will hit 100. Dots goes down. 2 remain for SSG now. Looking like a 3-3 scoreline. Palu will get yet another. Dodes bleeding out, but is still retrievable. Palu finally finished off by Newers, who will now need to clutch up against these players, and he seems to be doing a mighty good job in a 1v1, but Fulps will get him again, and the
3-3 split is exactly what Fluxo W7M were looking for on this decider map. It's a map W7M in such a strong commanding position.
Okay, so while I was doing my numbers, Jesse, there's one small thing here.
For SSG is that it's supposed to be a tactic. It's supposed to get in your opponent's head. If it ends up hurting you more than helping, then you can cut that out at any time. Now, Newers does get caught on the window. Loban, a brilliant shot as he aggresses into copy. SSG, a very similar idea to Fluxo, where they're trying to use that Rara to shut down some of these positions, but it doesn't seem to be working. A great little play, and then Palu, for a second, takes down the other fragger.
Loban got that kill? Down the wrong side of the barrel.
Here comes the push from Benja. The flash makes some space, and he hits a great shot, too! Numbers flip back towards SSG, and they could go for a plant CEO side.
Every kill this round has come from the Dane, but that will be all she wrote. Loban swinging onto him. No real coverage for Fultz. Through that ROU projector, he nails a nice shot, and Loban, tilted back, knows what needs to be done. A lot falls onto his shoulders as J9O will be the guardian watching over Fultz. Near yellow stairs, they'll hear the Scorpion heading up spiral from long desk, now into waiting room. They're out of the building. All right, so really you've got 2 options here. You try to long arm it and hope that they're idiots and they don't know what they're doing, or you just die to the upside down. We know which one it was.
Yep.
confirmation, though.
Now we'll know.
Well, now they know where he is as well, and if there was a premonition, Ashen finds two. Great transfer from Palu to Lobin. Upstairs, he'll dig the grave, and down they will sink. Immediate logic bomb to keep the final players of Fluxo W7M paralyzed for but just a moment.
It's a kid from Chicago hitting ridiculous shots. Why not one more? 3K from Ashen through the hatch. DMR finds Dots inside the bottom floor. Now we're starting to get desperate, W7M. Here comes Volps, gets one back, traded by J90. Dots has to rotate back down the yellow stairs because this plant is happening, and that castle's bad news.
Wonder what happens here. Bye-bye. J90 locks it out. Ideal. The other gadget's persistent, or Volps, who is an active gadget in the Warden. Dota's firing back, but finds himself getting killed in the windows. I don't think he was expecting Newers in that position. Now it's SSG doubled up on Fluxo. Not much utility on the side of Fluxo. Just those two nitro cells now. One will go out. A flashbang goes in. I think Jack hears it. Nades will go over. This is a tough spot. Those glasses can stop you from seeing flashbangs and smokes, but they don't do anything about nades. Volps is trapped in this position. He's a caged animal, but he breaks free. J90 and Volps gone from this position. Volps can get more as he still tries to swing out, finding Benja, but losing the engagement. Lobin to the rescue. They've got the top floor for Space Station, but now they need to drop. Down goes Newers. Benja with defuse kit. He needs to engage with Lobin 1v1. Lobin getting out of this position, running downstairs. Benjamaster might be able to pull this one off. He's past the point of no return, but Lobin gets in at time and makes it work. A huge clutch from Fluxo, and they will win the round. Oh my God. And now Ashen is ready to fight back.
Fluxo gotta save their lives, Parker. They are in a man disadvantage, but the positioning is still really strong. There's the first strike from Faults, but it's thankfully traded back by Paul to down the kit.
And look at Newers, look at Ashen, look at Benja. One bullet from any gun will topple all three of these players. Paulu is waiting ever so patiently at the top of spiral stairs. Volp still persisting as well from this spot. And as the time continues to go down, those Molotovs will pay off exceptionally well. He gets one of those three players that were walking wounded. Ashen is no more. Another opportunity here, but he gets a little bit too brazen. J90 was waiting for it. And in they will walk with the kit. J90 in hand. They're expecting it. SSG watching, waiting. What can Paulu muster? There's no way, right? Benja's downed. Paulu clutches. He hit the Denari tripwire. Fluxo pull it off again. They didn't know. And it's tie game. Fluxo W7.
But there is 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, this one's flown by. You need the Deimos to keep those players downstairs.
No.
Paralyzed. Benja dies to a Razor Bloom. Is that the first time we've seen one all series? Yes, it is.
On the gas pipe, too.
Unbelievable. It was both. A nice 1-2 punch from that environmental destruction. 10 seconds left. Fluxo W7M steamrolling now. This might be a flawless round unless Foltz can do something about it. No, he can't. He dies inside a garage. The Brazilians with all the momentum. We might not even...
Against the defenders, but still, Space Station have the harder job. They have more pressure, and they have a ridiculously good team that they're going
Here
up
it comes,
against.
Jesse. Here it comes, Jesse. Foltz on repel. Ashton has his cover. Paulu takes down Benja first. The point I was going to make is that both Benja and Newers
mostly just sitting on the roof at this point. Top floor is going to be the goal, but Paulu finds Ashen as he swings out through yellow. That's man advantage back under control for Fluxo W7M, and Paulu's in a power spot. You can't root him out of here.
Could it be another flawless round? No, it won't be. Newers finding one kill. Foltz now living on borrowed time as Paulu gets very aggressive, and goodbye, Foltz. It's Newers to die first in the previous round, and Newers to potentially die last here. A redemption arc is very possible. He finds one, a beautiful shot. Paulu and Lobin now await him. He's got the Valkyrie around the corner. He pre-fires away, but where is Paulu? Not really connected, playing his role, waiting for this 1v1, not affected by Newers' position. They are trusting in Lobin, but long range, Palu sees him, and what a comeback it is for Fluxo W7M as they take down Space Station and